We'll have a moment of silent meditation and pledge to the flag. Thank you. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We'll call to order this County Commission meeting, February 12th, 2020. All commissioners are here. It is 10 o'clock, and we'll begin with consents and approval.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We have no exonerations this morning. Vouchers for general county fund, $240,711.31. Call severance, $265. 911, $12,000 for $11.29. Chestnut Ridge Park, $3,601.71. Camp Muffley, $1,054.09. Mason-Dixon Park, $542.52. Recreation levy, $1,319.25. Assessor's valuation, $1,065.85. Purchasing card vouchers, general county fund, $32,813.80. 911, $10,020.10. Chestnut Ridge Park, $42. Camp Muffley, $500.26. And assessor's valuation fund, $480. For a voucher total of $304,827.18. We have position vacancies for boards and authorities. The Western Board of Zoning Appeals, Mon County Planning Commission, Mon County Development Authority, Camp Muffley Advisory Board, Abandoned Dilapidated Enforcement Agency, Mason-Dixon Park Advisory Board, Region 6 Planning and Development Council, Historic Landmarks Commission, and the Mountaineer Trail Network Authority. Fiduciary orders for February 12th, 2020.
Move for approval. Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded for approval. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't see any listed, but do we have any introductions of new employees or personnel changes?
Not that I'm aware of.
Seeing none, we will go on to comments from the public. If you wish to make a statement, you're given 3 minutes. Please come forward, identify yourself, as well as your place of residence. We're now open for comments from the public.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
My name is Brian Raber. I live in Fairview, West Virginia. That's where my address is. I'm here representing the Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Local 152 in Morgantown, as well as the North Central Building Trades. And I just want to reiterate that we are in favor of the pilot that you guys are proposing for the Longview plan, and in full support of that plan as well for my members, as well as the rest of the North Central Building Trades members. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you being here.
Is there anyone else who wishes to speak? Seeing none, we will close comments from the public. Colleen, do we have grants?
Ooh, we have grants.
I have for reimbursement the VOCA grant in the amount of $6,902.72. I have the Governor's Highway Safety Program, Safe Communities, in the amount of $4,219.85. And impaired driving in the amount of $4,957.38.
Move for approval. Second.
Been properly moved and seconded for approval. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. And we'll sign those later. Correspondence. First, a letter received from Steve Morris regarding his position on the West Run Board of Zoning Appeals.
Would you like me to read it, sir?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
This was an email I received on February 6th. I no longer want to serve on the BZA. I want to thank the Honorable County Commission for the opportunity they have given me in the past to serve. Thank you.
Okay. Next, we have the Parks, Trails, and Recreation Program Committee. Their proposed order of excess levy to be placed on the May 2020 primary election ballot.
This is the last of the 4 levies that we expect to come in, and we've reviewed it, and I believe it's already on its way to the. Did they make any changes? Did we have any changes for them?
They had changes, and we asked them to change a couple of things procedural-wise, and then it had not officially been read into the record yet here.
Okay.
So that's why I was waiting for that in order to send it on to the
Okay.
Auditor's office.
It's now noted that we have it. We've had initial correspondence with them. To correct, it's just small things, small structural things, and then we'll forward on to the auditor's office. So, on the first item, do we need to accept that resignation just to be official, or?
Yeah, you should.
Okay. So the first item she mentioned, the resignation from Steve Morris regarding his position from the West Run Board of Zoning Appeals. Just so it's official, I recommend we accept the
Second.
resignation.
It's been properly moved and second to accept this resignation. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Okay. Is there any other correspondence?
No, sir.
Any unfinished business?
Not that I am aware of.
And then we'll move on to new business. A, consideration of requisition number 38 for the University Town Center Economic Opportunity Development District subaccount.
The requisition is for $656,959.50.
And this is the regular transaction where we move money from the account into the bond into the.
So moved.
It gets transferred from
Yeah.
the state treasurer's office for actual excise tax collected,
Yes.
and it gets moved to the bank to make a payment on the bonds.
Yeah, what she said.
Right. Okay.
So moved.
Second. It's been properly moved and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. B, to consider the request by Mark Music, Assessor of Monongalia County, for the County Commission to either issue a letter authorizing his office to make adjustments to parcel and personal property accounts as necessary. I think that's self-explanatory.
Yeah, I move to approve the request to allow our administrator to work with the assessor to craft that letter and to go ahead and submit it.
Second with discussion.
Okay?
Just a clarification, because, so you said now that, okay, the, Renetta will be working with them on drafting the letter, because I know we had some general
have one.
question. I just wanted to make sure it,
It's ready.
Okay. Would you want to go ahead and read
I
the
can.
for us?
Yes. Why
because
don't
we
you-
had some questions. Go
Okay.
ahead.
As per your request, the Monongalia County Commission gives its authorization to allow your office to make adjustments to parcel and personal property accounts as necessary. You may continue until the time that the assessor is required to issue the certificates of valuation and roll back value forms. Thank you. Pretty simple.
Okay, so it's self-explanatory.
Yes.
Okay, we weren't sure. Okay. Okay, that's fine.
Okay, it's been properly moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. C, request from Clear Mountain Bank for the release and replacement of FFCB CUSIP number 3133EF651.
Renetta, could you explain what this is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Okay, so they're holding a security there at Clear Mountain Bank, and they want to replace it. It has expired, and so they need to replace it with something else. So there's a letter of credit, and it's for $1 million. I'm sorry, it's for $5 million, and for the $1 million pledge. So this is just a replacement.
Yeah, what we've done before.
Move for approval?
Second.
Been properly moved and seconded for approval. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. D, to consider approval of funding up to $6,000 for the support of the Monongalia County Classic Baseball Tournament at the Monongalia County Ballpark for event setup, cleaning, trash removal, and security services.
Move for approval with discussion?
Second.
Been properly moved and seconded. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
This is the third year that, assuming that we're going to approve this, would support this event. I asked Don Robinson from MBB Bank, who's a major sponsor of this event. He's the one that's been championing it the last couple years. I asked him to come in closer to the event to actually do a presentation on who's playing and everything, so the public's aware. So he's not here today, but I was forwarding the information on his behalf, and then he'll come in closer to the time to actually do a presentation. But right now, this is going to be earlier this year. For some reason, I didn't capture the dates. It's going to be in March, I believe March 20th. I have to look at my calendar. But the competition is Moorfield versus Preston on Friday, and Hampshire versus UHS. That's a doubleheader on Friday, and on Saturday it'll be Huntington versus MHS, then Hurricane versus Willing Park, and Notre Dame versus Trinity. And
Wow.
this year they're also partnering with stepping stones. Per our request, we asked that the event be free to the public, but people can make donations as they come in the door, and all those donations go to stepping stones. So they raised a good bit of money last year for that. So it's a very worthwhile event and a very a good community event.
Anything else?
Nope.
I agree. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. E,
And to confirm that date was the 20th and 21st
20th,
March.
21st of March.
Yeah.
Okay.
E, first reading regarding a request for a text amendment to the West Run Planning District zoning ordinance article 1100.05, parentheses, C2, by changing width 175 feet minimum to width 125 feet minimum in accordance with the Article 2200 of the zoning ordinance, keeping in mind that this is referring to West Run, which does have zoning.
Move for approval.
Second,
Been properly moved and seconded. Is there any
is there any presentation?
explanation that you would care to make, Andrew, before we vote on it? Thank you.
Very quickly. There is no density change. There is nothing changing. It was just an odd mismatch of the frontage, which was precluding a very normal house set in that entire district. Anything classified under that same residential district. So this was an oversight, understandably, where it came from, that we were correcting, and the board was completely in favor of it.
Okay.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
You would note that the second reading and public hearing will be on February 22nd. That's been advertised. February 26th, excuse me, not 22nd.
Maybe I should just
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have to go through a public hearing to actually
Okay.
finalize. This is just a reading of it.
Today.
So it's sort of like an old school advertisement back in the day. That's where this originated from. So you have to do 2 readings, and then you have to have the public hearing. But it won't change the nature of
Right.
it.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. F, consideration to approve the request for a certification letter from the County Commission stating that there are no zoning restrictions or ordinance prohibiting medical cannabis organizations to be located or operate within the county outside of the West Run Planning District or a municipal boundary.
So move.
Second,
Been
Just,
pro-
just question, is it this, how many total, do you have any idea how many have applied in the county?
We have issued 4 letters.
4
to
letters, I just wondered, okay.
different companies, yeah.
Okay,
The location that's been specified for this one is Clinton District Tax Map 6, Parcel 21.
Okay.
ooh, by me.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. G, consideration of a revised equipment purchase, installation, and maintenance agreement between the Monongalia County Commission and Frontier Communications of America Incorporated.
move for approval.
Second.
Been properly moved in second. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. And lastly, to consider a state and local government lease agreement with U.S. Bank Equipment Finance for phones leased through Frontier Communications.
Move for approval.
No, there's been a hiccup with
Yeah.
this, so if you could,
Oh, you're recommending that we,
to hold off.
Table this.
Table
If
will
you
meet-
table it, you'll have to
Bring
have
it
it
up
next
next
week.
week.
I'm not sure if it'll be resolved or
Okay.
not, so you just want to pull it?
Just pull it from, yeah,
Okay.
how about if we just pull it from the agenda for now?
then I
All right.
pull back my motion.
Yeah, okay, there was no second.
There was no second, yes. Any other new business?
No, sir.
Any reports from elected officials?
Point of privilege, I see Dave Bruffy here. Are you here to, would you like to make a presentation? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, it's rare that you're here, so that's, okay.
Okay.
Never mind.
Reports from county commissioners. Sean?
It's been fairly busy. I find myself saying that a lot these last couple of months. Since last meeting, we had our MAP executive meeting on Thursday, and then I had a red team meeting. Friday, we had BREs, and I had the West Virginia Science Bowl Middle School competition, which I support every year. And then later on in the afternoon, we had meetings with staff. I think that's probably the latest we've ever gotten out of here on Friday with a staff meeting. Saturday, I had West Virginia High School Science Bowl competition. Sunday through yesterday afternoon was the West Virginia Association of Counties Conference. And today we have a full day. Tomorrow I have Extension Building meeting and Development Authority. Friday or BREs and meetings with staff. I really enjoy working the Science Bowl competitions, and our area really places well. The Suncrest Middle School won the middle school competition, but St. Francis finished second. Triadelphia finished third, and fourth was Suncrest 2, which is showing we've only been doing the middle school competition for about 8 years. So before that, our teams had to go, if there were teams, there was only like one in West Virginia that actually competed, and they went to Pittsburgh. But now, with seeing some of these teams that are actually starting to give Suncrest a run for their money, because out of those 8 years, probably 6 of them, Suncrest was first and second. They would compete against themselves for the championship, and now that's starting to get spread out some. So that's good to see that the STEM awareness and education is spreading throughout the state. The high school competition, no surprise, Morgantown High School finished first. I had them in my room for most of the competition, and most of the scores were like 108 to 4. I mean, it was just these kids are incredible. But again, same thing. George Washington finished second. Morgantown High, the second team, finished third, and George Washington Team B finished fourth. So I mean, I'm a homer. I want to see our local teams do well, but to also see other teams making a dent and making the Final Four is encouraging. So I really appreciate all the sponsors. Obviously, the Department of Energy is the main sponsor, but WU is the sponsor. They make the mountain layer available for this competition all Friday and Saturday, and then all the individual companies that work to sponsor this event. It's really a wonderful event, and kind of refreshes my hope in our youth every year when I go and I participate in this. So that's all I have.
Okay. Thank you. Tom?
Thank you. As some may be aware, it's been a very eventful week for me, and I do want to thank Mike Knowlton from WVU West Virginia Metro News and Ben Conley from Dominion Post for informing the public of all the information correctly, and that's all I will say about that. While you were gone, I have some exciting news. We met as the homeless committee, as we call it right now, and we were informed that our area was one of 5 communities in the nation to be selected for the 100-day challenge to move the needle on preventing and ending youth homelessness. And this is a very big deal. This group decided that the first round will focus primarily on youth who have had involvement with the foster care and justice system between the ages of roughly 18 and 24 in the North Central region, including Mon, Marion, and Harrison counties. And the mayor of Fairmont, Brad Merrifield, and myself are 2 of the overseers of this 100-day challenge. And what's exciting about this is that this is a clear result of what we have been doing locally. And I mean, it's amazing that we're the first ones in West Virginia to get this. And if we are to go through the process, this now allows us to apply for the foster care juvenile system youth homeless demonstration project, which is over $1 million, that then we get to choose where the funds go. So many of the nonprofits here do not have to go to the federal level. They will go to this committee. So it's a very exciting event, and Rachel Cohen is the one who's spearheading this, and I want to give her credit for it. Along those lines, tomorrow we're bringing in 6,000 pounds of food for the students, and then Saturday we have our food giveaway at Clinton Fire Hall. So very exciting week, and I missed you guys while the phone rang off the hook here, but I know everyone was down in Charleston making those difficult decisions. So thank you.
You were busy while we were gone. Good. Last Wednesday, I was a guest of Dr. Gate for the WVU basketball game, and Thursday, did have a meeting with your community foundation representatives, and Saturday attended, as did apparently 1,300 other people did, the WVU Children's Hospital Gala. This event, like the one from On General, as well as our chamber dinner, have grown exponentially in the past few years. I'm very proud of that. Looking forward tomorrow to the walkthrough of the new 4-H and Extension Center. 2 days, it will be Valentine's Day, and the thing that I took away, there was really some information that you always gain when you're attending courses, but I think one of the most sobering things that I gained is the appreciation of the bounty and the blessing that we have here as a county commission, as a county government, and what we do in speaking with representatives from other counties. There's a definite struggle in some of the counties in West Virginia. And when we are here, we have a tendency to think, well, we've got it. No, we really should be counting all our blessings for what we're able to do, not just for the people who work here, but the citizens in the county. It's really great to be able to be a county commissioner in Monongalia County. And this really brought it home by listening to the others that I spoke with. I didn't actually speak. I just chose to listen. I know that sounds difficult, but it actually happened. It was really heartfelt that no matter what, they're West Virginians and they're pulling through. So.
Yeah, I want to echo those comments. That's why these conferences are so tiring, because everybody wants to know what we're doing, how we're doing it. You know, the statewide experiment that is Monongalia County, and we have good problems. We have really good problems. Problems nonetheless, but they're good problems. And you talk to some of these other counties, and they talk about their struggles, and you realize how lucky we are to represent this county, to live in this county. It's always really tiring, even though we're really not, we're just talking all day and having meetings and stuff, but I really look forward to getting back to Mon County, to sleep in my own bed, to be in my own neighborhood, because we really are lucky.
Mr. President, I forgot, I would be remiss. I did get to speak at a WVU journalism class, and I want to welcome the students who are here from the journalism class. I don't know if it's punishment or that they actually were interested, but I do want to thank you for being here. And since they're going to prove that you were actually here, if you would just stand up, state your name, where you're from, so then they have a record of it that you were actually here, because I know they're mandated to be here. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Ryan Johnson, here from Morgantown. I'm Drew Mathis, I'm from Pennsylvania.
Welcome.
I'm Ryan Toledo, I'm from New York.
Welcome.
Welcome. So I just now, and there's record of it so you can prove that you were here. So with that, I move to adjourn.
Second.
We are adjourned. Thank you all.